Alright, well we still have plenty of points, so let's unlock our next short episode. Small pride. Okay. What is this gonna entail? I loved the last one. Let's see what this one's all about. Because of different living habits we all have, small quarrels occasionally break out in the course of our life in the manor. You don't say. Just flash the picture of Yamato and Kurosaba on the screen, and I'm like, yeah, that checks out. Typically, Kageha will step in to calm things down, but from time to time the arguments can get especially heated when neither side is willing to budge. We all know who you're talking about.
I'm going back to my room.
After dinner, Hikage stacks up his plates and gets ready to leave. Yamato frowns.
Hey, don't stack oily plates on top of each other. You'll make the bottoms dirty. Who cares? I do. Who do you think is washing them?
At Kageha's suggestion, we've set up a schedule to decide who will be cleaning dishes on a given day. Seems fair. At first, it was a big mess with everyone complaining, but eventually he said,
We're sharing this space, so let's lay down some rules.
He smiled as he said it, and no one could object.
It's your turn today, right? Yeah. I always notice how neatly he stacks them. Are you trying to piss me off by doing that?
Hikage stacks his plates neatly from largest to smallest. I mean, that's the safest way to transport them. It might be easier to carry, but it does look like a pain to wash.
What an inane thing to complain about. I couldn't care either way.
Obviously, you eat like a pig. Why don't you put all the fish bones on the side of your plate like a normal person?
What are you, my mother?
I'm only stacking them to make them easier to carry. We don't have many plates here, and if I put them in any random pile, they might topple and break. Like what happened with Benny Yuri the other day.
Aw, man. Hikage glances over at me. By the other day, he means when it was my turn to wash dishes last and accidentally broke some of them. Girl. I said I was sorry.
It was my fault for surprising you. My method is clearly the right one. We've had an accident already, and we need to be careful so it doesn't happen again. All the more reason not to stack them. And why are you dwelling on the past so much? What are you, a woman?
Uh-oh. What'd you call me? You want to say that to my face? This music.
Excuse me.
Hikage's brow twitches.
Take that back. And if you ask me, you're the effeminate one. Who the hell has the time to carry the dishes one by one?
Guys, there's a lady here. I would appreciate it if you weren't, like, insulting each other by, like, you're a girl. You're such a girl. Oh my god, I am not. You are. Like, for real?
Being called a woman is the biggest insult you can say to a man. So why don't you explain which part of me is so effeminate?
Somebody found a sore spot, huh?
I'll say. Yeah, he seems awfully mad.
Shut up! Who cares about the details? You're basically a woman. I told you to take that back!
Their voices continue to get louder as the dishes lie forgotten on the table. We're never going to get the cleaning done at this rate.
Kageha, can you stop them? This is kinda your thing.
They both have their points, I have to say.
I hope you're talking about, like, the way the dishes are cleaned and not that... They both have points that each one is kind of effeminate. 'Cause please. He looks up as if he's just thought of something.
What do you think, Benny Yuri?
About? Huh? Hikage and Yamato turn to me. Why did you do this to me? What? Fine.
As the only woman here, let's hear from you as to whether I'm an effeminate guy or not. Wouldn't you hate a man as high-strung as him?
Calm down, you two. We're just talking about cleaning dishes.
Personally, I think both of you sound like obnoxious mother-in-laws that the wife would hate.
Actually, I agree with Kurasuba for once.
Let's not make this worse, Kurasuba. Benny Yuri, answer me!
They both lean over the table, looking at me inquisitively. Neither of them seem to be themselves. We're never going to get anywhere like this.
Come on!
Both of you. I thought you were saying both of you are effeminate. End of discussion. Now clean the dishes. Or so help me. Cut it out right now! I yell as loudly as I can, and the two of them are taken totally by surprise. Both of you are being way too picky! Don't fight over silly things like this!
Nice. You got them both down to size.
They look like they're frozen.
The angry atmosphere cools, and both Hokage and Yamato look uncomfortable. I'm proud of you, girl.
I guess I went a little overboard. So much time wasted over nothing. I'm going to bed.
Hokage turns his back and starts to leave the room. Hokage, wait. He turns. We don't want things to be awkward. Let's all apologize.
Me thinks he doesn't like that.
I also think apologies are in order. You too, Yamato.
Yamato twitches and his face scrunches up. He looks away.
Sorry. I went too far.
Aw, what a sincere apology. Such a good boy.
I will kill you.
Hokage, your turn.
I'll do my best to prevent problems like this in the future. Bye. That was totally insincere, and not even an apology.
Hokage? He's being so stubborn I can't help but stare hard at him. After a few moments, he sighs.
Yamato, about earlier. Earlier, I'm so...
Hokage covers his mouth and keels over in a fit of coughing. Dude. Whoa, are you okay?
Oh no! His body is rejecting the apology!
Huh? Hokage?
Feeling all of our stares boring into him, Hokage looks at me like a scolded child. I have to make him apologize. You can do it, Hokage! With his eyes still closed, Hokage tilts his head with determination. He must have given up on resisting. He slowly opens his mouth to speak.
I'm sorry.
After saying it, he quickly scurries off to his room. These boys.
Hey! Wait, I didn't hear you!
Yamato follows behind him, disappearing from sight.
Man, Hokage's a pain in the butt.
He certainly is a handful.
Yeah, no kidding.
And the dishes still aren't done.
Nope. You can usually rely on those two. I really didn't expect them to act like a bunch of kids. I hope they're able to get along better as time goes on. You know, in hindsight, considering the last episode we did before this was the handgun instructions where they were holding hands, maybe, you know, some feelings came to light and that's where the insults came from. In review, I'm like, you know, maybe that's why. that particular insult, and then he felt uncomfortable because of reasons. I know that's not really what happened, that's just my headcanon. Don't at me. Irreconcilable differences. Oh goody, things are just getting better and better. That was a very short episode. Once we finish our foray into the manor for the day, we're left with not much else to do. Without any other options, we gather together to drink tea and read books. Those are the only entertainment options available to us here. Man, I would love for that to be all I had. I would just be so jazzed about that. Once we grow bored of them, there's truly nothing else to do. It feels like we've got an infinite amount of time on our hands. I mean, it looks like you got a rocking horse, you got a gramophone, you could learn to play the cello, you could play chess with your 4 pieces, you could... There's all kinds of stuff to do here. If you look hard enough... What are you doing?
Ah, I'm bored.
Kurosaba collapses onto the sofa and throws up his hands and feet.
Quit it, you're kicking up dust. Why don't you go look around some of the other rooms?
We already did that, and we didn't find anything.
How about we play cards? We found a pack of them the last time we went looking around.
Kageha pulls out an old box of playing cards from his pants pocket. Ooh, yeah, that'd be nice. It's been a while for me.
Cards, huh? Yeah, I suppose they'll help pass the time. There are lots of games we could play, but I think Old Maid would be the easiest.
I'm totally down with that. That's a really exciting game.
Would you like to play too, Yamato? I call over to Yamato, sitting a little distance away from the rest of us. He lazily rises and comes over to us. Nice.
I guess.
Don't sound so thrilled about it. You don't have to force yourself to talk to him, Beniuri.
But it'll be fun to play with everyone.
Indeed. It'll be good for Kurosaba and Yamato to get to know one another a little better, too. Agreed. I'm sick of you two arguing about every little thing. It's his fault for never shutting up.
Because you're constantly being obnoxious.
Say that again! I told you to stop. Come on, I'll deal the cards.
Kageha deftly deals out the cards.
I think you all already know the rules, but let me explain anyway. The first person takes a card from their neighbor, and then discards it if they can make a pair. This continues until the first person discards their entire hand. However, you can't discard the joker, so the one who ends up with it loses.
Interesting, so you play with a joker. I always used to play with one of the queens. I would remove like 3 of the queens and there'd be one queen, typically either the queen of spades or the queen of clubs. I think it was usually queen of spades. And that would be the old maid. Maybe took that a little too literally. But there you go.
So, let's start with Hokage.
Kageha beams at the rest of us. Starting with Hokage, we sit in a circle moving clockwise from Kageha, Yamato, me, and then Kurosaba. Hokage slowly reaches over to Kurosaba's hand and removes a card.
Got a pair.
Hokage pulls out a 2 of hearts and a 2 of spades and places them between us. It's usually pretty easy to get a pair in the beginning, Hokage. I don't find that when I play with more than like 1 or 2 people. When the circle grows, it's harder, I think.
I'm next.
Kageha takes a card from Hokage's hand and also puts down a pair.
Now you, Yamato.
Yamato takes a card from Kageha and immediately frowns. Uh-oh.
Well, we know who drew the Joker.
It wasn't me.
You sure about that? Your face definitely had an oh crap expression on it just now.
I didn't draw the Joker. Beniuri, hurry up and draw.
Alright. I go to draw a card from Yamato's hand.
I'll bet the 3rd card from the right is the Joker.
Hey, Stop breaking the rules! No advice!
Advice? I'm just talking to myself.
That's not the point!
Oh my. Was I right? My bad. Better zip my lips.
Karasuba mimics the motion of zipping his lips closed in a mocking way.
Jackass.
So, can I draw now? Are you two done? I go to pick one of Yamato's cards, and Karasuba opens his mouth again.
You know what they say. The weakest dog barks the loudest. Maybe we should call Yamato Rover from now on.
What? Why?
Because he barks like a weak little doggy. It's a perfect fit for him. Don't you think so?
I'm gonna break your face! And don't just agree with this idiot, Benny Yuri!
Oh, sorry.
Karasuba, stop messing with Yamato.
Hikage stares hard at his cards as he speaks.
Yeah, we're trying to play a serious game here, Karasuba.
Anyways, I'm drawing now. Oh, I've got a pair! I place my paired cards between us and the game continues normally. The cards slowly pile up in front of us. After our hands have started to shrink, Karasuba starts to talk once again.
Serious game or not, this is hardly what I'd call thrilling. We're just killing time. Oh, got a pair.
That's not what you said earlier. I've got a pair as well. And if you're not finding it thrilling enough, how about we raise the stakes and add a prize?
Karasuba's eyes light up at Kageha's suggestion.
Yes, let's do that! The prize will be Benny Yuri's lips.
Excuse you, what's my prize? What?
Denied. Indeed, denied.
What? Why? Doesn't it motivate you to have a sexy prize?
Is your head broken?
I don't like that idea either.
Then what do you want? How about the right to sleep in the same bed with her? Or getting to lay your head in her lap?
You're a dumbass. Any prize that has to do with Benny Yuri is just going to make us keep butting heads. Pick something else. How about getting a pass to skip out on cleaning up after a meal?
Oh, I like that.
I'm still not quite satisfied, but I guess if Benny Yuri likes it.
Sound good to you, Yamato?
I don't care. Okay then. And now...
Just then, Hikage takes a card from Karasuba's hand and smiles.
Pair. I win. Huh?
What? Oh, come on!
I was counting cards while you all were busy talking, which of course means that I win.
Counting cards?
Why are you so serious about this? The simpler the game, the more your brain is tested. You all should try it sometime.
Doesn't that mean the loser is the least intelligent? Suddenly, the mood in the room becomes tense. I can tell we're all trying to read each other's expressions. I really don't want to be last. You don't say. Yahoo! I'm out! I finally managed to make a pair with my last card and my hand is cleared.
Nice job, Benny Yuri. Now the only ones left are Karasuba and Yamato.
Of course it's those two.
How are we the only ones left?
My thoughts exactly.
They exchange glares that seem to crackle with tension. Even after Hikage won, Yamato and Karasuba kept trying to mess things up for each other, and ended up being the only ones left as a result. The gun music? Okay.
Coming this far is kinda like fate. Maybe you two were sworn enemies long ago. Long ago? Like in the Sengoku era?
Oh, I don't even want to think about meeting him in a past life.
I don't blame you. I probably would have cut a weakling like you down in no time flat.
Really, meathead? You couldn't find the pointy end from the blunt one. I would have killed you with strategy.
I get it. You guys are assuming you would have been samurai.
Come on, less chatting and more playing. You're the last ones.
Both of them turn their attention back to their hands. Karasuba has 2 cards in hand, while Yamato only has 1. It's clear that Karasuba has the Joker.
The next move will decide the match.
Will it? I mean, if he picks the Joker, like, when this happened, if you picked the Joker from the other person, we would just turn our backs to them and, like, shuffle it serendipitously, like, where they couldn't see, and then hold our hand back out again. I mean, there's still a chance, right? You gotta give yourself a chance.
Ha ha ha! Pick this one, meathead!
Karasuba wiggled one of his cards up and down.
He might be bluffing.
Huh?
He directs the focus on a different card than the one he wants him to draw, so he'll draw the other one. It's basic stuff, but for a simpleton like Yamato...
That's mean, Hokage. Kaguya sighs as he watches Yamato and Karasuba glare at one another.
This is so tense. I'm going to make some tea. Let's have some while we wait.
Oh, I'll help.
It's okay. Just sit right there, Beniyuri.
He then disappears towards the kitchen. Yamato frowns deeply as he looks at Karasuba's cards. He might be wondering if Karasuba was bluffing. Karasuba grins and taunts him, moving the card up and down in his hands.
Come on! Better hurry! Is your brain so slow that you're having trouble deciding?
Do you ever shut up? I know what you're trying to do.
Then hurry up and draw! You're keeping me waiting.
I can't wait to see you sitting there with the Joker in dead last.
Yamato slowly reaches out to pick one of the cards, but just before he can take one...
Here we are! I made some iced tea today and... Whoa!
It was at that moment he knew. He fucked up. That was amazing! Did you do that on purpose, though? Kaguya trips on something as he re-enters the room with a tray of 5 glasses in hand. The tray flies out of his hands and lands directly on Karasuba and Yamato.
Ah!
What the fu-
The iced tea falls directly on their heads. They're both completely soaked. Hair, clothes, and cards alike are all sopping wet.
I'm sorry about that. Are you two okay?
I'll go get a towel. I run off and grab a towel. I hand one to each of them and they wipe their faces in silence.
I'm so over this. Can we just call it no contest?
You had the Joker. If you end it here, you lose.
Why are you so serious over a stupid card game? You're such a child, Rover.
Who are you calling Rover? You're the little baby who won't just admit defeat.
The two of them launch into yet another argument. Hokage sighs loudly.
Oh. All roads lead to this, I guess. Still, they look like they're having fun. Maybe they're actually really close.
Like hell we are!
Seeing both of them soaked through, gripping their towels, and shouting in unison makes me giggle. When all's said and done, I think they actually are friends. Oddly enough. Okay. I think I need to do one more, right? Ooh! Or not. I was wondering when it said 6. I'm like, does that mean what's up here? Because I was made to understood that I only had to do 5 before. So I think we can actually move on. How many more common episodes were there? There's 2. Well, we'll save that. I'm anxious to get back on the road again. Let's jump back in. This time to chapter 3. Take me there! Chapter 3. Ever since that day, our monster hunting has continued. In the beginning, we had trouble just using our guns, But as we gained more experience, our battles became easier. Day after day, the kaleidoscope shards we collect from the monsters continue to grow in number. And each time we bring back another, it brightens the atmosphere in our hideout. Allies. When all of us were first brought together here, it was the word which somehow allowed us to tie ourselves to one another. Had we not done so, I wouldn't be able to withstand the fear I feel being locked in this strange manner. But now, it feels natural. We are allies who can cooperate and help each other. We support and cheer for one another, and together we nurture that bond as the cornerstone underpinning our mutual goal of finding a way out. Of the 5 of us, Yamato was the most motivated to find a way to escape. It seems as if he has some reason for wanting to get out as soon as possible. Each passing day, he works harder and harder to find the kaleidoscope shards. And one day, as always, he returned to the hideout with numerous small cuts and bruises all over him. Boy? Yamato. He hasn't seemed well since he came back. He's been down these past few days. Yamato, are you okay? You look really tired.
Yeah, I'm good. This is nothing.
You've looked really sluggish for a while, though. Did something happen while you were out?
Shut up. It tires me out more when you try to babysit me.
Lying on the leather sofa, Yamato lazily turns his back to me. He's pretty clearly refusing to talk to me anymore. Ugh. I'm being annoying. I guess there's not much else I can say.
You've worked yourself a bit too hard. I think you might want to take a rest for a little while.
Whoa, you're ignoring him? You really are a jerk.
Everyone's worried about you. The least you could do is answer us, Yamato. Friggin' hell! You're all being a pain in my ass! How's that for an answer? Back the hell off!
Wait! Yamato! Yamato leaps off the sofa and stomps up the stairs towards his room. What's wrong with him? He was never this irritable before.
Could he be sick? Whenever he sees a monster, he goes to town on them like they punched his mom or something. He might have overdid it.
Indeed. I don't quite think these are just random outbursts of anger, but he does seem more wild. I wonder why it is that he wants to escape from this manor in such a hurry.
There has to be a reason. I'm worried about Yamato. One of us has got to get him to talk. I sit down on my bed and bury my face into the pillow I'm holding. What could his reason be for wanting to return so badly? Family? Friends? A lover? The picture I received was of my family, and it made me more determined than ever to get out of here. Maybe Yamato feels the same way. It seems like he's getting pretty desperate, though. And then it comes to me. The first night I spent in this room, I remember crying about my family. The day that part of my memory came back, I was happy just knowing that someone was waiting for me on the outside. Yet, being cut off from my family, getting locked up in this mysterious mansion, my mind couldn't handle it. I was so worried and confused. When I was crying alone, Kaguya came and brought me hot cocoa, and he kept company the whole time. Just knowing that there was somebody else in the same situation as me was reassuring. My tears stopped on their own. Would I be able to help Yamato the way Kaguya helped me? I return the pillow to its original position and stand up. It's cocoa time, baby.
What do you want?
After I knock on the door, Yamato comes out with a big scowl on his face. Well, His irritated voice makes me suddenly nervous. No, I can't. If I back down now, nothing will change. I came here to cheer him up. Throws the cup at him. I made some hot cocoa, so I was thinking you might want some. It's really good.
I hate sweet stuff.
What? Really? Now that I think of it, I rarely see him eating fruit, and he never puts sugar in his coffee. How did I not notice this before? You don't like it, huh? That's too bad. Guess I'll just drink it myself. I'm a failure right from the start. Dejectedly, I start to walk away, but I'm stopped by a massive sigh behind me. He can't look at your sad face.
You want to talk, right? Come in here.
Yamato? He signals me with a wave of his chin, and then disappears into his room without a word. Is this a good idea? Should I take him up on it? Still hesitating, I pause for a moment before deciding to go inside. I pass over the threshold of the door and stand in front of it, surveying the inside of the room. An antique lamp gives the room a soft glow. It's laid out similarly to my room, and most of the furnishings look familiar. A chest with butterfly patterns etched into it, a wooden desk polished to a faint luster, a large bed on top of which are some modestly embroidered sheets. The only difference in the room is... Yes? Huh. There aren't as many butterflies.
What does that mean?
White butterflies typically gather in the corners of my room, but I hardly see any here. With fewer light sources, it also feels darker than my room. Don't you turn into a monster, Yamato. His indigo eyes, his fearless face, and even the jeweled choker he wears have a sort of grave darkness to them.
So, what do you want? The cocoa's just lip service, right? Did Hokage put you up to something?
No! He has nothing to do with this. I just wanted to talk with you, Yamato.
Uh-huh. And?
Well, I don't know how to begin. I hope I can make him feel better, like Kageha did for me.
And Yuri?
No! I have to be honest with him. I was worried about you, Yamato. I'm not here for anything specific.
Huh?
I heard earlier. You're not feeling good? Or is there something on your mind? What's with that angry look on your face? I've just been worrying about you lately.
This is the face I was born with. Oh. You're a real nosy lady, you know that.
Oh. Sorry. I guess I'm being a bother. Just because it worked for me doesn't necessarily mean it works for everybody, I guess. I look down at the floor and consider my mistake. Meanwhile, with a loud thunk, Yamato drags over a chair to sit on.
My little brother. That's what I remembered that day we got pictures on our phones.
Your little brother? You have a brother?
Yeah.
He looks over at a nearby chair, signaling for me to sit. Gazing right at him, the angry expression in his face gives way to a look of confusion.
I had a little brother. I don't remember his face or his name, but we were fraternal twins. Our personalities were total opposites.
Really? Interesting. That's not Fox Mask Guy, is it?
Because of me, there was an accident, and he's been in the hospital for nearly 10 years.
Hospital again, you say? Interesting? Very, very interesting.
He's in what doctors call a persistent vegetative state, a coma.
A coma? And he's been like that for 10 years?
Okay, right now, my current headcanon theory is that Fox Mask Guy is this guy's twin brother, which would be amazing.
They say it's not like he's just sleeping. There are different theories, but I guess he can hear what we say and can sense when we touch him. He can't speak, but he's aware of things in some way.
Oh, I see.
And I heard from one of his old doctors that if we keep talking to him, one day he might wake up again. But on the other hand, if we don't visit him and leave him alone, his consciousness will sink further down inside of him.
No wonder you're so anxious. You're like, if I'm not there, I'm gonna lose him. Aw, Yamato.
I don't know if it's true, but I would go visit him at the hospital every single day. My parents were busy with work, so I looked after him in their place.
Oh. Is that why you were in such a hurry to get back home?
Yeah. It was my daily routine. Even if I don't remember it, the feeling of it is ingrained into me. How many days has it been since I last visited him? Even now, his consciousness could be slipping further away from reality. I've got to get back.
Yamato. So that's the situation. We had no idea.
Keep your sympathy. It's my fault he is the way he is. It's all my fault.
Yamato falls silent. The instant he stops talking, a heavy silence weighs down on me. Huh? Why is... Enduring the wait, I feel a different kind of ache throbbing in the depths of my heart. It's all my fault. For some reason, hearing those words gives me a curious sense of déjà vu. Sympathy? No, it's deeper than that. I know this feeling from somewhere. Have I hurt someone like this too?
I don't know why I'm telling you this. I'm such a chump.
No, you're not. You're a kind person who cares about his family. And if your brother can hear you and feel you, I'm sure your feelings are getting through to him. Thank you for telling me. I smile as I say thank you, but he replies with a serious glare. What's wrong?
No, it's just... This is the first time I told you about this stuff, right?
Can my time loop theory be true? About you having a brother and that you'd visit the hospital every day? Yes. Today's the first I've heard of it.
Thought so. I knew that, but I just had this feeling like I've told someone the same thing before.
You what?
Benny Yuri. Are you...
Yamato reaches out to me with his hand. It's like it happens in slow motion, and the instant his long fingers are about to touch my cheek. If any of the boys come in to disturb this moment, I swear. Ah! I stand up to avoid his hand and step back a bit. Well, that's interesting. What happened there?
Benny Yuri!
What am I... Why did I run from him? I was just about to remember something. But... I'm sorry!
No, it was my bad. Forget it, it's nothing. Something was just digging at me. Probably just my imagination. Sorry if I surprised you.
No, not at all! I'm fine. Really. I'm sorry. Why did I avoid him? He looked like he was about to remember something. Silence weighs on us once again. Well, now we'll never know, will we? It is a deep silence. One that feels like it's pressing in on my eardrums. I'm going back to my room. Sorry for bothering you so suddenly. I speak in a bright voice, acting as though nothing happened, and rush off to the door.
Nah, I got you into this. I feel better after talking with you. Thanks.
Aw, what a nice smile. You're welcome. For the first time, he gives me a slight grin as he thanks me. I should be happy, but for some reason I feel a throbbing pain in the depths of my heart. After we exchange smiles, I step back out into the hallway. Curiouser and curiouser. After shutting the door, I stop smiling and sigh. I stand in the hall for a while, thinking back over what Yamato said a few minutes ago. His hand was about to touch my cheek. It wasn't reaching towards me to cause harm, nor was it a romantic gesture. It was coming at me as though he were looking for something, and I clearly rejected it. For some reason, I had a feeling that hand would drag out something from deep within me, something better kept hidden away. What is this feeling? It's like a danger signal. He could have pulled out a piece of my memory. I'm supposed to want that. And I thought I wanted to help him. But then, why did I run away? Why am I such a coward? The word stabs at my heart. A feeling not unlike pain stings me as I walk back towards my room.